What if I told you today to stop going to church? That's what we're talking about coming up today on Body Slammed. Wow, going to church. Now this is a hot topic. I have to be careful with this because some people are going to misread what I'm trying to say to you. But I want to give you permission today to stop going to church. Stop. Don't go to church anymore. It's one of those things that I was brought up doing my whole life. I went to church. One of those things that was ingrained into me. And even about Thursday or Friday, I was already beginning to kind of feel a guilt inside because I didn't want to go to church sometimes, but I knew I had to go to church. So I kind of had this tug of war inside between my spirit and my mind and what to do and how I felt about that. You know, there were people at the church that were repeatedly doing things and saying things that were hurting my family, and I didn't understand, why that had to be necessary. I still don't understand it, to be honest with you. But I owe those people a huge debt of gratitude. Oh, Stanky and some of those crazy folks, I owe you a huge thank you. I really do. You changed my life. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have learned the valuable lesson that I don't have to go to church. I don't. Being in ministry for almost 20 years, being a part of the church staff, paid minister, where that was my livelihood, was my calling. And being in ministry is still my calling. I had someone tell me yesterday, and I was walking through town, and I walked into a friend, and they told me, they said, I think you're doing more ministry now than you were doing whenever you were in ministry. And I see exactly what she was talking about. I really do. And for those of you that were at that church that helped give me that nudge, I really owe you a debt of gratitude. Because I learned a few things, and here's what I learned. One, I learned that church isn't something that you go to. You don't go to church. You are the church. Now, those of you that taught me that lesson, the way I learned that lesson was by realizing that you're not the church. You want to be the church. You act like you're the church. You even tell people you're the church, but you're not. You see, the church is a body of believers that loves each other, supports each other, helps each other grow closer to Him, reaches out and brings each other in to the body of believers and helps people come to know Jesus. That's what church is. And if you're going to a place that is not doing that, a place that is not helping you, that is not loving you, that is not equipping you to be one of those and pull people in, then stop. Don't go there anymore. It's not necessary. The second thing I learned from you, and that I owe you a debt of gratitude for, is that you showed me what true ministry is. You showed me that going to church is not the ministry, that doing things and programs and all these things that I spent my life doing, that's not what it's about. It's about loving Jesus and loving others. You showed me that. And ironically, you showed me by not loving me. But that's okay, because I learned a lesson, and I'm so much better for it. I want to encourage you today, if you're watching this podcast and this thing called the church is hurting you, go away. Get out. Find a body of believers that is the church. Stop going to church and become the church. That's what we need in our life. We need to stop going, stop doing, and begin giving them heaven.